The one thing to grow your sales and business faster? That's a very good question. Because when it comes to growing your business and growing your sales, there's so many things that you can do. What did I do to get going, to grow my business, to grow my sales faster? I did one thing. One powerful strategy, which I'm going to teach you today. See, at the time when I was running my one-man advertising agency as a copywriter, I was trying to get clients from all over the place. This client would pay me a little bit of money, that client would pay me a little bit of money, a few $100s, $1,000. Anyone that would hire me, I would do the work, right? My client selection criteria is as long as they breathe, that's good enough for me, right? I thought everyone is my customer. Here's the problem, is if everyone is your customer, then nobody is your customer. Until I learned this one thing, and that is what I call the kingpin strategy. That's correct, the kingpin strategy. Who is that one client, one account, one company that if you get them as a client, you would get everybody else? So at the time when I was struggling as a copywriter, I was reading books and all the marketing books, and I came across a book called Guerrilla Marketing. It's a very, very famous book series on small business and marketing, written by J. Conrad Levinson. Now with Jay, he has sold over 20 million books worldwide for the Guerrilla Marketing series. One of the most well-known educators and marketing gurus at our time before he passed away. So I approached Jay. At the time, Jay was marketing a Guerrilla Marketing Association membership. I go to his website and I saw what he does, and all I did was to rewrite the entire page. I basically deliver value before asking anything in return, right? And I did that, and I sent it to Guerrilla Marketing Association. And I got a reply from Jay personally. He was thanking me. Well, you know what, young man, that's very nice of you. And they actually used the material and helped him to generate more sales. And afterwards, I asked him, hey, Jay, since you're getting value, is it okay if you give me some kind of a recommendation, an endorsement? He said, more than happy to do that. And he did. That's my first kingpin client. By getting J. Conrad Levinson, who is a well-known marketing guru, who has credibility and authority for so many small business owners, I'm able to use that now when I'm talking to a potential client. Simply now I'm talking to that client and say, hey, you know what, I have an endorsement from Jay Levinson, who wrote Guerrilla Marketing, who sold 20 million books. When I'm sitting across the table talking to the client, he's like, okay, all right, that's good. That's a kingpin client. So especially in the beginning of your career, when you're establishing credibility, when you're establishing your reputation, don't just try to get to everybody. Who's that one person that you could help, that you could serve, that one company, that one account? If you get that person, let's say in the tech world, if you work with Google or Amazon or Microsoft, you have that as an account. If you could get them, you can get everybody else. Because everybody else will look at that person and say, hey, you know what? If you're good enough for them, you're good enough for me. It helps you to skip that learning curve. Then you can grow your business much faster. Let me give you another example from a different perspective. Same kingpin strategy. Now in the US, at the time, there were, even still now, sometimes it happens. They have these huge events. Learning Annex back then was doing this massive conference with 5,000 people, 8,000 people, 10,000 people, 25,000 people. What did they do? They also utilized this kingpin strategy. They would bring in what I call kingpin speakers. Example, back then, before running for president, Donald Trump, Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, all these celebrities, big time, Bill Clinton, these celebrities, big names, would draw people in. They pay them a pretty big, speaking fee, hefty speaking fee to bring them there, to have them show up to the event. And then at the same time, they would also bring on these, what I call platform sales speakers or platform closers, where they don't get paid to be there, but they would offer their programs, their products, right? They would make an offer on stage. They would do a pitch. Right? It could be a 60, it could be a 90-minute pitch. So they draw the crowd, have 5, 10, 20,000 people, and then they don't make money from that. They don't make money from the tickets either. They make money from these platform closers. And then the organizer would do a split with anything that they sell. Example, imagine if someone is speaking to 10,000 people and he is selling a $1,000 package, right? And he sells what? 100 of them, 200 of them, 500 of them. And when you have a multi-day event, that multi-day event generates tens of millions of dollars, right? The platform closers would get the percentage. It could be anywhere from 50%, 40%, even as little as 30%, because the organizer is the one that's spending all the money, and the organizer would make millions and millions of dollars. And you will see these kind of huge conferences going around US, North America, even UK. That's how the business model works. That's the kingpin strategy from a different perspective. So ask yourself the question, who could you have? Who could you get? Who could you serve? If you get that one company, one person, one organization, it will change everything. From then on, you leverage that person's name, or you leverage that organization's name for the rest of your career. And then you go to the next, and you go to the next, and you go to the next. And before you know it, then you go from a Dan nobody to a Dan somebody.